Morning, everybody. So just how cold does it get here in Ecuador? Some people ask what's the weather like in Ecuador. I could give you 25 different answers because there's different climate zones all around the country. There's the hot coastal climate. There's even multiple different coastal climates up and down the coast of Ecuador. Some is more similar to South Florida. Some parts are more similar to Arizona. Um, and then, of course, there's areas with permafrost and year-round snow. There's the deep Amazon basin, which is super humid and hot. And then there's where we are, the foothills of the Andes, even of which there's multiple different climate zones. So anyways, this week of the year has probably been the coolest week so far. I don't remember it being in August. I remember it being more June or July in other years, but it changes slightly every year. And the nighttime temperature where I am staying at 850 meters elevation at my homestead is like, it was maybe got to about 15 degrees Celsius last night, which is around 60, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. And there might be 1 to 2 weeks a year where we get a few nights like that. And so as you tropical fruit growers know, 59 degrees Fahrenheit is the minimum temperature at which durian won't fruit. Fortunately, we only get that some days per year, not very many days. And so obviously our durians are still going to be fruiting, especially the ones down by the river where it's a bit warmer at 760 meters elevation. We also at Fruit Haven, we have multiple different elevations down by the river. So basically down the hill there at the Rio Zamora, way down there, like 90 meters down, straight down, it's going to be, maybe if it's like 15 or 16 down there, it's 14 and a half, 15 and a half where I am. And then up that way, at Fruit Haven 3 and Fruit Haven 7 and the other uphill properties, it might be more like 14 or 13. So up there is even colder. And when I say cold, obviously it's not cold by North American standards. For me, this is not cold. I grew up in Connecticut where it's ridiculously cold for many, many months of the year. So this is great. And I used to have circulation problems and my hands would start to get cold and red even when it went down below 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15, 16 Celsius. Anywhere I was, whether I was in Ecuador or in the United States, it would always be bothering me. But after some years later, after some healthy diet and exercise, it got a little bit better. And I think actually experimenting with the MMS has helped too, because I noticed that even less after taking more MMS. So yeah. So right now is like the end of the wet season. We just went through the peak of the rainy season here. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a huge mess here because we're in construction. Normally I try to keep things a bit neater, but we're using these old roof sheets to protect the wood. Anyways, yeah, we just got through the peak of the rainy season and now it's going to start drying out a bit more into August. We just got the floor wood delivered here. And some of this wood is really beautiful and nice. Some of it has an almost purple color. It's all from the same tree. I ordered it from the neighbors like a year ago. And I got lucky because they just happened to decide to cut down. Well, actually, I don't know if they cut it down or if it had already fallen, but they said it was a tree right by the river. And actually, they said it had been sitting in the river for some time. So I'm guessing that it had fallen into the river, and it was like a 100-year-old tree. So they cut it up, and I got lucky because, yeah, the color of some of these boards, like, for example, you see this one here. I don't know how well the contrast is in the video, but some of them have an almost purplish color. And we're going to maybe be putting them on the house somewhat soon. You can see I did something here with these cement posts. They're no longer ugly cement gray. They're this neat brownish color. What did I do? I just painted them with wood stain. So if you have ugly cement footings and you want an easy way to make them look nice and hip, all you have to do is paint them with just normal wood stain. That's all. And they're going to look like this. And it's great. Yeah, looks really nice. Definitely looks better than the ugly cement did. I might start doing this on all building footings that we do now just because it looks so much cooler. So, yeah. And these are some of the floorboards that we put down here just to see how they look and help them dry out more. So we just had them planed. I had them drying for a year down by the river, and then we just brought them and had them planed. What I found that this wood, it shrinks, of course, when it dries. All wood shrinks when it dries. So normally you go to Home Depot, you're buying already dry wood. But here you order wood, it's fresh made, so it shrinks a little bit. So obviously I've have it dry for a year, so I might think, okay, I can just install it now. But what I've actually found is sometimes you dry it when it's rough cut, and then you have it planed, And then after you plane it, it still wants to dry and shrink just a tiny bit more. So I've installed freshly planed dry wood on floors and then had it shrink a little bit more. So I learned my lesson. Now we have to actually dry it for 9 months or whatever, plane it, and then maybe let it dry for another month or something, laid out on the floor like it's going to go. So we may start doing some of the wall framing first. We're going to lay all the boards out here and let them dry just a little bit more. So, yeah. Oh, another thing I noticed, yeah, there's a bit of clouds over there right now, but when I first woke up, it was very sunny. There was no clouds on that half of the sky. And this is the first sunny morning that I remember since maybe the middle of the wet season a couple months ago. I don't remember having a sunny morning in a while, so it was definitely the peak. We had plenty of sunny afternoons, but definitely was the peak of the wet season, and we're moving out of that right now. It's going to be great. The nights won't be quite so cold as they have been the last 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah. By the way, one more thing I should mention before ending the video. The Amazon Fruit Festival 2022 is going to happen here this coming January, from January 17 to 23. You can go to AmazonFruitFestival.com and buy your tickets. You can use the code PLANTATREE, all one word, plant a tree. You can use that code to get $50 off of your Amazon Fruit Festival ticket. That's all. Have a great day.